Hello everyone, Deanna here again. Today we're going to be working on a Shadowbox layout using Tim Holtz papers. And this is a picture of my great-great-grandmother on my father's side. And I just thought she's beautiful to me, but it's my great-great-grandmother. So, but the colors look so good. And this was actually printed from a tin picture. So I thought the colors went good. Everything in here, everything is using Tim Holtz papers except for this here, and that's just corrugated cardboard cut. I used the Cricut machine to cut out all the flowers and the bases for the flowers, but I used Tim Holtz papers. And I will show you how I did my flowers. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what papers I used. I used this sheet is my base sheet, and it has this on the back, and it came from the Wallflower paper collection. So I used just that paper out of there. I also cut out my leaves. I don't know if you can see them very good, but I cut my leaves out of a piece of vellum, and I used, another leaf, here we go. I used this vellum sheet. It's the very top one, and that is it's just the paper stash vellum is what it's called, and it's Wallflower, so it's the same as the paper, the first sheet I showed you. So I used just part of that sheet. And out of the Dapper paper stash, I used this sheet, which I used the back here, and that was to cut out some of my flowers. I also used, and there's only one sheet of each in this, I also used this bigger sheet that looks like this on the front. If you can see that, it's like a blueprint. And then it had just the plain brown like newsprint on the back. And I used that for flowers. I also used out of Lost and Found paper pack. These are all different. Each page is different. I used this one, which is newsprint, or look, oh, maybe it's a dictionary. I'm sorry. It's dictionary pages all turned different ways. I used that, and that's what the back of that looks like, the green. And I also used this one. Oops, maybe you can't see it very good with that underneath. This one with the ledger pages that are turned different ways. And then that's the back. I use that for my leaves too. So that is all the Tim Holtz papers I used. Now to create my flowers, like I said, I used the Cricut, and I just selected out of their 3D flowers, I went in and selected those flowers, and they are a 5-petal flower. So you don't need a Cricut, and there are videos out there that show you how to just with a paper punch. You could use your 5-petal punch and do the same exact thing. They're just 3 different sizes is all. So, and I just enlarged mine to the size I wanted. And then I took the Heartfelt Creations 3D rose shaping mold, and I don't know if you've seen these, and there's a lot of videos out there even from Heartfelt Creations. And what you do is you take your flowers, or your cut flowers, and you just place them in here. And you pick the size that's closest to what you need. When you've got all of them in that you can fit, then I just use this little spritz bottle, and you just gently wet them. And there's 3 posts, and you line those up, and you press that down. and then you run it through your die cutting machine. Like I said, there's you can go right to Heartfelt Creations videos, and they show you how to do this. And there's lots of other videos out there. So that's how I got that crumpled look. Now, and this makes it easy. You can also, let me get this out of the way, they have this mat, but there's others out there, and this is Deluxe Flower Shaping Kit. And I am no expert at this by any means, but they have a smaller kit, but I thought, why buy the smaller one when if I like it for like another $10, I got the bigger kit. And all you do is you take your flowers, and if you don't have that press, you can sit there and press it. You can create these. And I like to wet them a little bit if I'm going to do it that way. Now, to get them to curl like this, to get them set up like that, what I do is I take my largest one and I run that ball right in there, and it just cups it. And you can do, this one just had 2 of the bigger ones, so you can just take this and you cup it. And then what you do is you put a bead of glue in there, and then you sit that in, and always offset your flowers. So this petal will go in between those petals. Okay? Then you take the next size, and you do the same, offset your leaves, and then your smallest one. Just like that. Okay? And that's all I did to get my flowers. Okay, so let's put this away. There we go. Now, we can start putting this together. All right. The butterflies were also cut from my Cricut machine, and I just went and sized them. I want to start gluing, these roses. These were cut out. These are like the rolled roses on the Cricut, and they look like, let me show you what they look like before they're rolled. They look like this. So I know you've seen them. And then you just start from your outside edge and you just roll it up. Okay? And there's videos on the rolled roses too. Alright, so that's how I got the rolled roses. So there's 3 of those. I'm going to start gluing these together first, so I can have these all in one piece. So I'm going to slide these off. And a couple of them I didn't add the layers. I just left them single. This is actually 3 layers. You got this layer, and the base layer. This layer only covers half of the leaves. So I'm going to take my Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is walnut stain, and I'm just going to just touch it on those edges. Now you can use stickers, and I understand everybody doesn't have a die cutting machine, but you can go pick out some stickers that you like, or just cut out pictures, fussy cut out pictures from your Tim Holtz papers to get this. You don't have to have a die cutting machine. They are nice, I'm not gonna say they're not. They're very nice to have, but it's not the end all if you don't have one. Okay, here we go. Now this one here, and I'll ink those a little bit, but not much of them is going to be seen, but we'll just give them a little touch here. There we go. And then we're going to just glue this on. And like I said, I just went in and I sized this to the size I wanted, and then I separated the flowers and regrouped them and brought them up to the size I needed for this. So, and there's separate flowers in there and grouped flowers. So You just have to kind of search through, and it was under the 3D flowers. I think for this I'm going to use my hot glue gun because it'll set them faster. There we go. We're just going to, and we will add some decorative element on there. Missing a flower here. Where'd it go? Well, maybe not. Okay. Maybe I was missing one of my small flowers. But we'll add pearls or something in there. We'll see. Not quite sure yet. I did the layout because there's so much involved here, so I kind of did a pre-layout just so I had it in my mind how I wanted it, and I'm not trying to figure it out, the total thing out, when we're doing this together. All right. I'm missing a flower. There we go. Get that one in there. There. Okay, we'll just add this last one here. Once this is together, then I can set it off to the side. There we go. There. Now it's all done. There we go. All right, let's put our next one together then. Let's slide these off to the side here. And we'll ink this up. And any of your Shadowbox layouts, you can change into a layout with your pictures. And I like that idea. And you can, and then, now this one's a little bit too three-dimensional, but you could even use it for a scrapbook page if you didn't create all this dimension. It makes it hard to put them in books and stuff if they have a lot of dimension, because it just gets damaged. I like to use, when I do my scrapbooks, I use the page protectors because I don't want what I work so hard creating, I don't want it damaged, and people look at them and they touch them and things like that, and over the years they would kind of get destroyed. So I always put mine in page protectors. And you can have a little dimension on those, just not as much as that's involved in this actual Shadowbox layout. Oh, let's see here, we got this down at the bottom here. There we go. And again, we'll just start laying this out here. Two of these here. Whoopsie, that one wasn't put together. And if it was, it fell apart. We'll put it back together here in a second. This one here. It's a nice thing about the hot glue is it's going to help grab it right away. Use this darker colored one right here on this edge here. And I've got this one here. And let's let's glue this one together, and then I'll put that one in that other spot. I think it just came apart. So again, I'm going to show you here. You put the, offset those leaves, or the petals, I mean. Put that in. Let's put this one in too. And we'll just, there we go. And offset those leaves. Yeah, pretty. And then we're just going to put that right. Whoops, come on. Go back in there. All right. And again, you can see the dimension. And I kept these more of the, I'm going to call them like vintagey browns and stuff because of that picture. I didn't want bright colors in this with that. All right. So we got those set. Let's slide this back in and start our assembling. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up. Now this was cut from the Cricut. It was just in their frames, and I just stretched it both ways so it was wider. This was just a piece of the 6x6 from the paper pack that I cut down. I tore it, and then I shredded the edges with my my scissors. All right. So let's get this on there. That looks about right. And this, let's see here. Okay. Okay. And I already inked this edge of this one and this one with the walnut stain. Okay. Now I want to pop this picture up on some pop dots because of that corrugated paper is a little thicker. So let's just, oopsie, the stickers come off. All right. Let's cut some of these here. I just like using these strips, especially for bigger things here. There we go. We're just going to peel that off. Peel that on there. Mix it to. Alrighty. Covers a bigger area and allows me not to have to waste some stuff there. Oopsie, put that there. Here's another piece. Sometimes when you cut off a piece you end up with little pieces, but that's alright. We'll just throw them on there. Another piece. And let's cut off another piece here. And we'll just get that and that. I don't want this photo to be bending and stuff, so that's why I'm putting so much on there. There we go. And maybe just another, just a dot up here. There we go. go back right. All right. So now this, I think, is going to go like that. And then she's going to go in here. Like that. I'm not pressing anything down. I'm just kind of looking, see what I got here. All right. Okay. So let's glue this down. My edges. Now some of these things, a lot of it's not going to, I mean, just little pieces of it might be seen. Maybe we should rough that one up too. Maybe we'll do that. We will do that. Oh, here's my scissors. So I'm just going to take it, kind of rough it up. It's kind of messy. And I think I might even give those corners a curl. There we go. Let's take these corners and just kind of curl them a little bit here. I just took my pencil and wrapped it around there. Maybe do this one. And if you curl it up, it'll start uncurling by itself. And there we go. Just want to break those fibers a little bit. Now let's see, where do I have this one? This one's going to be here, so that's not going to show. And this is going to come down here, like so. And her picture is going to be like so. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just leave those two corners curled. I'm actually going to take my scissors to break those fibers just a little bit more. There we go. Not trying to tear it, just trying to get it to like the idea of being bent over. We'll just give that a little touch there, like it's been aged. All right. Okay. I think just like that, I think it's good. All right, I'm going to put some glue on this, and I'm just going to slide it up underneath there so that's totally dry. And this is just cut out from a scrap of paper that I was using. Okay. Now this was kind of up in this corner, and all I did with this is I just tore it, and then I just hit it with some white paint. That's all I did to that. Again, bring my picture in. Okay, yep. So perfect. Go. Let's slide that up higher, I think. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, I think I'm going to put some leaves coming in here. And I don't know, because they are the vellum. I don't know if you can see that better on that. Where can we put you that you can see that? There we go. And it's just the vellum papers. And I just wanted a, like a hint of it. I didn't necessarily need in your face. And that's kind of why I picked the vellum. Just so it's there. Nice and see-through. Okay. And I'm hoping that too much of my glue won't be visible, but so I didn't pre-check this, so I'm just going to put some leaves here and there. All right. Now it looks like the glue kind of disappears, so good. Good, 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 good. And I just picked different leaves and just, I made them all the same width, 1.5 inches. And then just had some different ones. There's one with a little curl on it. Let's do it that way, maybe. Okay, maybe coming off the top of that. All right, let's see. And we can always put in some more. All right, I'm going to add the picture, I think, here. Oops, good. And I want her, I guess, right there, I think. And I'm going to put this piece of paper on there so I don't get any fingerprints on her. Okay. There we go. Put this up. I'm just hitting that edge with the brush there. Okay. So I know these are going to go in here. Like that. This I want, ooh, I like how that curls up around there. And let's see about this one. I want this one kind of curled up around this side. Oh, maybe just like that. Can we get, I try to get that picture kind of in between there so it gives it, yeah, just like that. All right. Oh, that is making that bend there. There we go. That corrugated cardboard dried and it made a bubble there. We want to stretch that, get it going back where it's supposed to be. I want that flat. There we go. All right. Okay, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one down, and I think I'm going to use hot glue just so this kicks in real fast here and holds. So I'm just going to lay me some hot glue here. I want that to grab. And where did I have you? Something like, like that, I think. There we go. That'll work. That's coming together nicely. I'm not liking what this is doing here. Seems too stiff. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna, do I want to use hot glue on that? Why is that so tight? Okay. I think I'm going to use my regular glue for this one because I need to slide it up in there. And I want some be able to maneuver it a little bit. Don't want an instant grab there. But I do want this to come in here. I'm going to lift that picture up, slide it underneath that flower, and then that leaf and that leaf on the top. See, come on. There we go. So I got that leaf and that leaf on the top of the picture and the flower underneath. And I think I can just bend that a little bit just so it's not putting a lot of pressure on there. Create a little bit more dimension. That's what we're doing there, like that. Okay. I'm going to hold it down. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to kind of pinch those leaves a little bit. Give them some dimension so they're not just flat. There we go. All right. This one too. Just give them a little pinch and they look more natural. They don't look like they're there. All right. So let's put our roses on. Okay, there we go. And for the roses, we're going to use hot glue, and I want to decide which ones I want where. I want that one there, and you there, and you there, like that. Okay. So I'm going to glue this one down first. Tuck it in there. And I didn't have a lot of practice with these flowers. This is really, I mean, I tried it a couple times before, but didn't really, but, and then today, and then you can, this is my last one. I think that one is actually really good. So I guess the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. But I mean, they all look nice, but that one I was kind of proud of. And you know, some people are going to say, well, that's not very good, but I thought it was pretty good. And then I just have my butterflies here. So let's, I want this one, I think, here. And I think before, do I want to add a gem to that? Let me see here. Let me see if I like the looks of that. Okay, let's see here. Do I want that? Let's put a little, we'll put a little gem for his head there and see what that, maybe not too bad, huh? Let's go ahead and we'll glue that on there then. Bring a little tiny bit of bling into this. Now these are flat, of course, so I just kind of bent their wings up. Let that sit. We'll do the same thing for this one. We'll get out one of these little, these are just a package of gems from Hobby Lobby's jewelry department. And I waited until they were 50% off and I picked them up, so I got them fairly cheap. All right. And I think the rest of those things, I'm going to let those sit up a minute and we'll go get some pearls here. And I think we'll use the pearls inside of our flowers here. Oh, what do we need here? We need this and maybe some tweezers. This is just a We Are Memory Keepers quick stick, they call it. And you just roll that and it picks them up. With my pearls here, There's usually that sticky on there. Sometimes it works really good. Sometimes it dries out. And I've had them dry out in my stash, and then they fall all over the place. So I got in the habit of using glue too, so that way I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to pull some of these off here. Maybe pull them right off the glue. Oh, that one, the glue came with it. And we'll just, that's, the glue is staying on the plastic there, and I'm just pulling them off with my nail. Let's start with those. All right, so I'm going to just put some dabs of glue in here. Just get that started. And we'll lay those pearls in there. There we go. So if these don't work, then I'll change to the sticky holder thing, whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't remember what I called it. But sometimes tweezers work just fine. Okay. Just going to give them a little press there. Make sure that glue is grabbing it. There we go. They're all flipped upside down. Oh, my paper's curling. Get your fingers sticky, and then everything wants to just stick to your fingers and nothing else. There we go. All right. I'm just going to gently press those into that glue. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's looking pretty. There we go. We need, oopsie. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. Whoops. Well, I got lots of whoops today, don't I? Put it in there. There it goes. Okay, get those pushed in before it dries up. And then I need 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3. All right. And get those a little press there. Okay, now let's glue those butterflies on. And I think we will be finished. So I actually want that tipping up like that. There we go. And this one, okay. Put you right in there like that. All right, my friends. I think that is it. Let's give her a lift and you can get a little better look at it. And her name was Mary Jane. Her maiden name was Pierce. And she married Stephen Ellis, my great-great-grandfather. So I hope you liked the project today. And if you did, I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. And if you give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it if you like my video. And if you do decide to subscribe, then please hit that bell so you can be notified when I do more videos. And until the next time I see you, take care. Bye.